Which state has the most resources in Hearts of Iron 4? And you think for an answer, you're instantly gonna think about a couple of states. For example, this Portuguese state with its tungsten, Alsace-Lorraine with its steel, literally any US state, especially Texas, which has over 500 oil, Cuba with its chromium, or you might even think about Southeastern Asia. Since there's tons of tungsten in Burma, there's also rubber all across Indonesia, and obviously this one very special state, the state of Singapore. Funny enough, it's called Singapore even though Singapore has 0 resources. With 575 rubber, 318 tungsten, 34 steel and 25 aluminum, this state has 952 resources at the start of the game. If you count in all the other aspects, which boost your resources, for example, having a supply hub gives you 20% bonus to resources, having maxed out infrastructure, having all the excavation researched, finishing all focuses which give you extra resources in state, finishing the focuses which give you resource gain efficiency bonus, and also finishing the focuses which unlock prospect for resources decisions, which can give you more resources. And finally, if you do all the prospect for resource decisions, then the answer is kind of different. Here's the world where I kind of did that. I want to show you how much resources there are in some places. There's tons of aluminum in these two states. And I just want you to look at this amount of oil that we have in Saudi Arabia, as well as in Kuwait. While the prospect for resources decision definitely gave tons of steel to Minnesota, having 408, Kursk and Belgorod have even more, having total of 432 each. That is if you build a supply hub in Belgorod. And Texas has total of 888 resources in this world, which is still slightly less than the starting resources of this state, which now has 1,133 resources. So you might be thinking that this is the actual answer. This state still has the most resources in the game, but that's not true. If you ever played as the USA, you might have noticed these prospect for resource decisions, which can give you some steel, aluminum and tungsten. You can do it a total of 5 times. However, there's more of these decisions that have been added in No Step Back DLC. So by researching Excavation 3, these decisions show up. Basically, you can develop the Montana, California, Oregon, and Alaska chromium deposits. Once again, you can do them 5 times. This means you would have solid 467 chromium. This is amazing. Just because Oregon ends up having 250 of it. But here's the thing. After doing it 5 times, the decision for Alaska doesn't disappear. You can do it again, and again, and again. You can do it over and over again. It takes you 12 sieves for a duration of 3 months to do it once. Now I'm using decision fast remove command so it instantly gets done in 1 day. Anyway, you can do this as many times as you want. I once did it over 400 times just to test it and it still was available. Of course, this can be maxed out if you improve the infrastructure here because it's only level 1 at the start. And also, if you grant statehood to Alaska, coring it. And of course, if you publish the USA, which has this much chromium, they're gonna give you even more of it. So yeah, if somebody tells you that the state of Singapore has the most resources in game, direct them to this video, because that's not true.